Can the Notre Dame Fighting Irish build off the momentum from last year and get back to the college football national championship? In my opinion, the uphill battle is a steep one, but it can absolutely be done. Let's talk about how that's going to happen. For starters, they have to answer massive questions about their offense. Riley Leonard was not exactly a quarterback that NFL teams were drooling over, but in terms of his play on college football, it's unbelievable what this guy was able to do for Notre Dame last year. I mean, we've seen guys like Sam Hartman come in and fail this Notre Dame team to get them to the college football playoff. And Riley Leonard in one season did exactly that. 4,000 total scrimmage yards, 38 touchdowns, unspeakable things that he's done for this Notre Dame program. You saw what he was able to do. He put in his blood, his sweat, his tears, his vomit in the Georgia game, and we saw him run it over and over and over again until they scored. That's the kind of guy that Riley Leonard was, a guts quarterback, and they're losing that. Who do they bring in? CJ Carr, a redshirt freshman. A lot of people are projecting him as the best passer in the Marcus Freeman era. In my opinion, the type of analyst that I am a see it to believe it type of guy. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I saw CJ Carr making some throws in practice or I saw him play in high school, and I just think that's going to translate to the field when they've got to play SEC teams, ACC teams, playoff caliber teams. I'm not that kind of guy. We're going to have to wait and see on CJ Carr. Big, massive shoes to fill with Riley Leonard's absent, but is it possible that he could be that guy? Absolutely. Looking at the rest of this team, I think it's going to have to be a trenches roster. The offensive line is studded with NFL caliber talent, specifically Emil Wagner, right tackle, imposes his will over and over and over again. And to pair with that offensive line, Jeremiah Love, arguably the best running back in college football, is going to have a field day on a lot of these teams on their schedule. He was obviously the best running back, or maybe the second best running back behind Nick Singleton in the college football playoffs last year. I think we could see him in the Heisman talk, but the Heisman Trophy Award nowadays is mainly given to quarterbacks or somebody like Travis Hunter who defies physics, basically. So with that being said, I think the offense is going to have its identity. They're going to be a run-first team who tries to impose its will through the offensive line. Defensively, I think for Notre Dame to get back to the national championship, they will have to be just as good, if not better. And in the secondary, they lose quite a few guys. Xavier Watts and Benjamin Morrison are the two guys that come to mind, but specifically the loss of defensive coordinator Al Golden could be a massive, catastrophic loss that Notre Dame can't come back from this season. Now, in terms of the schedule, it's actually pretty tough for an FBS independent like Notre Dame, who has usually a lot of cupcake games on their schedule. At Miami to start the year, hosting Texas A&M, a road game versus Arkansas. But overall, I do think that this team is very capable of winning not only these games that I'm discussing, but every game on their schedule. As a matter of fact, I love Marcus Freeman and what he's been able to do with Notre Dame, turning them into a perennial 9, 10, 11, now 12, 13, and 14 win team. I think that they can do it again. I've got them going 12-0, maybe 11-1. We saw them slip up against Northern Illinois. That could definitely happen again. But with that being said, 12-0 is my record prediction. I think the Fighting Irish are going to be college football playoff contenders again. Can they get back to the national championship? Given the right breaks in the bracketing, 1,000%. I don't know if I like teams getting the bye. Does that make them a little too rusty? I love teams getting a momentous home game to start. Notre Dame will not be a top 4 seed, I don't believe. And so they have an opportunity to go in, win a game early on in the college football playoff bracket at home, gain momentum. And then if they get some easier teams like in Indiana once again, absolutely, they can make it back to the college football national championship game. That's what I think of Notre Dame's season right now. Let me know what you got them going in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.